Hello and welcome to See You at Work. I'm Thorsten Koch and I was responsible for organizing several of the previous workshops. It all started in 2005 and then we had 2009, 2015 and over the time a lot of effort went into organizing these events. And this is also one of the reasons why we only did it every couple of years, because after every event everybody was so exhausted that we didn't want to do it again too soon. Nevertheless, we decided to make it another time, but this time I'm in the lucky situation that I found somebody to succeed me as Master of Disaster, which would be my colleague Timo Berthold, which knows them all because he has been participated also in each of the See You at Work workshops before. The first one as a master student and then as a lecturer. So here's Timo and he will lead the show now.
Okay, a big welcome also from my side. It will be my pleasure to be your host this time. And as you already noticed, things are quite different from the last times. There's a lot of new experience. There are many new ideas and concepts that we try out, and I'm really curious to see how all of this will work out. So, let's go.
We did See You at Work 3 times before in Berlin. The first time actually in 2005. Here you can see some of the group photos we had there. 2005, then 2009, 2015 and now again 2020. Before it was always an on-site event and a very nice one, I may say. Though after the 2 weeks, or in one case we actually did 3 weeks, everybody was really happy that it was over. Unfortunately, as you all know, due to Corona, we will not be able to host you here in Berlin, which we actually very much have liked to. But so we do it now online. The advantage is that actually we are now over 1,000 people. Everybody can attend regardless where he lives, and this is something that is really different. And all the lectures are already there, so they will be available later on. In fact, we have recorded all the lectures from the previous ones, but nobody ever dared to look into 2 weeks of old videos and put them together to something useful. There's one important part, as you can see here on the slide, which is missing, or which will be missing, or which could be missing actually from this workshop. This is a group photo. And of course we have thought about this, and well, you have to wait a little bit, but we will certainly try to make a virtual group photo, even though it will be a bit larger this time, hopefully. But if you go to the lecture for the data game, you will get some information which will be very important later for the group photo.
This workshop is a truly international event. We received registrations from all continents spread all over the world and over many different time zones. And even when you zoom in onto the more densely covered areas of the map, you will notice that there are dots all over the place. So we achieve a really good coverage of diverse people at diverse places with diverse backgrounds. That's great. Altogether, 1,154 people registered from 68 different countries and around 700 institutions. Wow! On the slide, you see a pie chart with all countries that feature more than 20 registrants. What I really like is the fact that the first 4 places are taken by countries from 4 different continents. Australia just made it into the slide as well, and the strongest countries in Africa are Morocco and Nigeria. Looking at the top 5 institutions now, Aachen makes the top place with 2 more participants than the hosting university, TU Berlin. TU Munich is the follower-up, and on a shared 4th place we have 2 non-German universities, the Escuela Politécnica Nacional from Quito, Ecuador, and the KU Leuven from Belgium. A warm welcome to everybody. If you are several people from one institution, it might make sense to organize yourself in learning groups and maybe do joint streaming and exercise sessions. Use Slack to do so. See You at Work always is a huge effort that stands on many shoulders. I would like to use the chance to thank our technical team who set up the whole infrastructure for the exercise sessions. Thanks Franziska, Christian and Philip. The technical setup was started completely from scratch. We had no blueprint to copy this from, and I think our technical team came up with some amazing solutions. I'm grateful to Arne Schröder, who took care of all financial issues, bookings and contracts. And we all should give a virtual round of applause for our transcription heroes, Joni, Oliver, Matteo and Ingo, who produced subtitles for about 24 hours of video material. Oops, yeah, I guess that's how much you have to watch within the upcoming 2 weeks. But hey, you can watch it with closed captions now. There are quite a few more people who were involved in the pre- and post-processing of the workshop and to whom I'm indebted. A huge shout out goes to the 38 presenters who offer you a cornucopia of scientific content, both in the 49 lectures and the 8 exercise sessions. Also from the lecturing side, the summer school is truly international and versatile. Our speakers are affiliated to 23 different institutions from 12 countries on 5 continents. The exercise sessions are accompanied by a group of breakout tutors. Many thanks to them as well. Also, I would like to thank our sponsors, both our academic sponsors and partner institutions, TU Berlin, ZIP, Math Plus, BMS, and especially the Research Campus Modal, who put in a lot of support. We are grateful to our industry sponsors, FICO, SAP, Gorobi, GAMS, IDAMO, and Google. Those entities enable us to do this completely free event. And of course, I'm deeply indebted to my friend and colleague Carsten Koch, who organized the first CEO at Work summer school back in 2005, where I participated as a master's student, who invited me to later incarnations of this workshop and who was a big support this year when I took the lead organization. Thank you.
Here you see some photos from previous workshops. As you can see, there were always a lot of interaction between the students and the teachers, and there were the exercise sessions when we were all in this big room, and then the tutors will run around and try to help everybody. We will try to put this now into these breakout sessions in the same way, only that we are virtual there. But otherwise, it should be the same feeling, at least as far as we can provide. As you see here in the pictures, I mean, there were always a lot of people engaged, asking the lecturers and so on, and please do so too. We have the Q&A sessions exactly to give you this feeling. You want to ask something about the lecture, you ask them, they will be there. So take the opportunity, because this is this one thing that you will not get again. The other things, the lectures you might look again, but the questions to the lecturers you can only have once. And this is now in the Q&A session after the lecture. Here you see some other pictures. I mean, actually, in a certain sense, we grow old over CU at Work. Here you see Timo in his first appearance at CU at Work, which was in 2005, then later in 2009, and now you see him here live as he is today. The same for me, or Martin Grötschel, who actually started the whole thing in the original lecture there, and now continuing, and here also you have the greeting from him. Actually, just a couple of days before he turned 72, and he actually thinks about retiring, but we will see whether this is actually happening. And also Bob Bixby is there. They're all around, and look interestingly how we will perform CU at Work online this time.
Okay, and this time, this will be our program. We start today with a recap on theory and some modeling basics. Tomorrow will be a tough day, where we look into the technical details of how a MIP solver actually works. Wednesday will be Computational LP Day, and on Thursday we learn about SCIP and other solving paradigms beyond MIP. Friday is the Machine Learning Day and closes the methodological week. The second week, especially from Tuesday on, is very application oriented. We start on Monday with news from various different solvers and modeling systems, continue with traffic optimization on Tuesday, and consider energy networks on Wednesday. On Thursday, we will learn about various decomposition techniques, and Friday is a final highlight with speakers from 7 different companies talking about their everyday work with optimization and AI technology. This is a good point to make a warning. 2 weeks of video lecturing is tedious. Take your time, make breaks, and start early. Do not hesitate to ask questions by the different channels that we offer. And if you get lost one day, don't give up. Hang in. The different days are mostly independent of each other. An online workshop comes with special challenges. If you did 8 hours of live online lecturing, you could not cover more than 4, maybe 6 time zones, not to mention how tedious this would be. Thus we decided for the YouTube format, which is time zone independent, plus 2 2-hour live sessions per day. You are supposed to participate in 1 session per day. As said before, watching 2 to 3 hours of lecturing videos per day is cumbersome. Start early, take your time, make pauses, repeat important parts that rushed through too quickly. All videos come with subtitles via the standard YouTube closed caption functionality. Make use of that feature. The main interaction between you and us will be the Zoom webinar. We are looking forward to seeing you there. Note that during the second week there will be some special time slots for Q&A to comfort the time zone requirements of our speakers. Exercises will be in the same session as Q&A. We will use Jupyter Notebooks throughout the summer school. You should have received a link with your personal instance. Please let us know if this is not the case. There will be breakout rooms. Again, you should have received the links via email. In the first exercise session, we will practice changing between the sessions and also go through our first Jupyter Notebook and introduce you to its functionality. Finally, use Slack for communication with the speakers and amongst each other.
There's one part where we are particularly unhappy that we cannot have it. And this is the social events with you. Just meeting you and doing funny things together. Originally, there was always an excursion to some company in CU at work, and we had barbecue and other events. Nevertheless, we tried our very best to do this even online. So there will be 2 social events, one on the first day after the lectures and another one on the last day after the lectures. You will see, looking forward to it, it will be interesting, I can promise you. We put a lot of effort into having something special here. Furthermore, we will have some online games. There will be a cutting plane game, and you want to be on the leaderboard at the end of the workshop. There are 9 entertaining levels, and you will get more information on this in Timo's talk. Furthermore, there will be a movie soundtrack quiz. In 31 of the videos, there's a hidden link to a movie soundtrack. You have to guess the movie title, find out the right letter from the video transcription, and send the solution phrase by the end of the workshop. The first link is right here. So have a look and try the game. You will see on the slide again what to do precisely. And yeah, so we will try our very best that you get an entertaining time, at least sometimes here. We can talk a lot on Slack and do other things here. And yeah, maybe sometime you have time to visit Berlin to see the rest of the tour, which we unfortunately cannot provide you. What you see here on the picture was from one of the previous workshops, Timo doing the bus guide for some of the participants on a trip to Hamburg, which we did here. But yeah, I can offer you some slides or some photos of different cities in Germany, but I think you will find enough on the internet or TripAdvisor if you look at it. Hope to see you sometime in Berlin.
So long for the introduction. I hope you will enjoy the workshop and see you soon in the first Q&A and exercise sessions. And I hope to see all of you also in 2 weeks by the end of the workshop. Bye bye.
Have fun.